very good morning to you and welcome to another episode of Politics on Power on TSLNIGERIA TV. And happy holidays to everyone out there. And before we go ahead, I would like to appreciate our fans, those who have been following our page, who have been liking our page, who have been commenting on our videos. I want to say thank you all and continue to do it, continue to share it, continue to post it. The elections are here. We are in October and the elections will be in February, which means in about 4 months Nigerians will be going out to express their free will to choose who will be the next leader of the country. It's a very important elections because Nigeria is a very important country in Africa, a country with over 200 million people, of which more than 40% of that are young people, youths. So it's geographically important country in West Africa and a significant country in Africa in terms of every way you look at it. And whatever Nigerians do in their elections will determine the future of Nigeria. You know, to discuss the issues that we have today and every other political issues, I have a brother and a friend of mine, Baron Mike.
Good morning, Faris. Nice to have you.
You're looking very good.
Thank you, sir.
Let's start with the 2023 general elections because we have so many issues to talk about, and we'll be looking at them one by one, and starting from Abuja, the seat capital, and starting from the 2023 general elections, Nigerians will be going out to select a new president that will lead the country for the next 4 years. And let's kickstart it with INEC. Do you think that INEC is prepared to conduct a free, fair, and credible elections in 2023?
Well, thank you very much. Even though I'm not an official spokesman for INEC.
So looking at the preparations of INEC?
Yes. I think with what they have done, looking vis-a-vis the two last elections, INEC has earned some level of credibility. And with what they're also promising, like leveraging on technologies and everything, I'm sure if they put their words to action, we are home and dry. So for me, yes, I can say INEC is prepared and they look ready to conduct a free, fair and credible elections.
Well, you are a member of the APC and you are a politician, so I would like to take you on some of the issues around your party, the APC, particularly your presidential candidate, Bola Ahmed Tinubu, who is back from holiday. Some people said he went on treatment, but we can say those are speculations. But I would like to ask you some personal questions that I think that Nigerians are also yearning to know, get an answer for, and which is, one, what is the plan? What is Bola Ahmed Tinubu's plan for Nigeria?
Okay, thank you very much. Bola Ahmed Tinubu, the presidential candidate of the APC, is hale and healthy, is back. He has had a long time resting after the very rigorous primaries. We all saw it was back and forth and everything, but thank God the man came out successful. For his plans for Nigeria, the first thing is the man has harped on economic development. He is an economist. So, and his plans, even though they are yet to be official, I read about the fiscal revitalization, and I've also seen that he has a lot of plans to open up the Nigerian economy to private sectors, and how government also can do business, even though we know from history that, well, there's less government can do about business. From his antecedents as the governor of Lagos State, how he has helped to chance a pathway, especially in the area of economic development, infrastructure, even security. And with his premises, I'm very sure that when he becomes the president of this country, a lot of revival will happen to the moribund history of economic problem. We can have a revival on the area of infrastructure, and more than that, I see a government of national unity, because Asiwaju looks and is a bridge builder across the northern part, the southern part. He is a bridge builder. So with the country so divided ethnically and all of that religiously, I see a man that is coming with a plan to create a balance in all the facets of this country as a nation. So Asiwaju promises a robust delivery.
Talking about striking a balance, you know, Nigeria is a country that is deeply divided based on ethnic and tribal religious lines. And your presidential candidate, Bola Ahmed Tinubu, picked he was a Muslim, picked a northern Muslim also to be his running mate in a country where you have about 50% of the population are Christians. And in the north, even in the north, a large amount of people, particularly around maybe 40% of the population in the north, are Christians. And people are starting to say that he does not understand the religious balance that the country needs. And he has taken for granted. And don't you think he will pay a high price for it at the polls?
Well, not so. If you look at, immediately after the primaries, even when the window for nomination of vice presidential candidates was elapsing, the APC had to go get a placeholder. And that was because a lot of review were being done as to what advantage does Mr. A brings to the table? What advantage does Mr. B? And all these advantages also came with disadvantages. So it was strategic.
So what's the strategy behind picking somebody who's a northern Muslim?
Looking at Kashim Shettima, you can tell that he's a northerner, a top-bred northerner, he's a Kanuri man, and from his antecedents also, he's a former governor. He's from an area where you can reliably say, yes, you can get votes. And he's also one of those northern leaders as considered. So it is not just vague. It is not because he likes Shettima, Shettima is always smiling, or because, no. It is because, first of all, if you are talking of devolution, if you want to say, okay, you have power to change something, you first of all need to get that power. If the APC, even if they carry a pope today and they do not win the election, all the aspirations and whatever plan you have, it dies at that point. So the man has looked at it. Shettima, credibly, as a governor, even though it was in the war-torn area of Borno State, in the northeast, I mean, you could tell that the man is a material. And if you look at his history also, professionally, he's also a sound mind. If you sit down to listen to Kashima, you know that he's not just one regular politician.
Yes, but you still haven't answered my question. And the question is that, do you think that Bola Ahmed Tinubu would not pay or would pay a serious price?
What comes with that
with this choice at the polls?
Yes, what comes with that is a misfeeling. Yeah? First of all, Atiku Abubakar is a northerner. And he came to the south. He has a vice presidential candidate from the south. Obi is an easterner, a southerner. He went to the north to pick a vice president from the north. All this we are saying are Muslims, right? Now, if you have to do a straight divide.
No, Obi is not a Muslim.
Obi is not a Muslim, but his vice presidential candidate is a Muslim. Now, if you have to do a straight divide, you are going to have strictly Christians against northerners. You understand? Now, if you do a population census, you discover that the northerners, I'm not being sarcastic. I'm not trying to favor anybody. Now, if you look at how the vote comes in the country, if you look at the statistics, you understand that a bulk of this vote will come from the north. And if you subdivide the north again, you discover that the voting population of the Muslims are regularly higher than that of the Christians, without no disparity. So if I was to make a choice, just like Asiwaju made, I would go for the one that will favor me the more. Even though it will come with a price, yes. For instance, Kwankwaso took a bishop from Edo State. I don't see Christians queuing behind the bishop that have been chosen by Kwankwaso. He's a bishop. He has a big church in Lagos. What has happened to the so-called Christian Toga? How many people are supporting Obi because they're Christian? How many are supporting Atiku because he took a Christian vice president? So it is because Asiwaju again is a big name, all big names, all of them, respect to all of them. But again, you know, it must always be one of them attracting either the bash or the applaud. And that is what is happening.
Okay. Now, I'm going to ask you a very straight question over your presidential candidate also. And I think a lot of Nigerians will be interested, particularly those who are watching this show right now will be interested to know, what is the true age of Bola Ahmed Tinubu? Because a lot of people say he's 80-something, others say 60-something. We don't know. So what's the true age of Bola Ahmed Tinubu?
You see, I'm an Edo man, and in our language, we'll tell you that when two birds stand on the same pedestal, you cannot tell which is senior. But for Bola Ahmed Tinubu, if myself and Bola Ahmed Tinubu stands, you know he's senior to me. And it will also be very dangerous for me to start to determine the true age of a man that is far, far older than I am.
No, but everybody knows he's going to be president.
Sir,
or he's
I'm coming there.
To be
I'm coming there.
Yes.
I'm coming. I'm laying the foundation. If it was my contemporaries, from where I come from in my family, I know those that are my age mates. I know those that are below. So I can tell you the age of somebody that is below me because I know, this one is senior, this one. But in the instance where I do not have the parameters to determine exactly and say this is the age of this man, what I will rely on is the official age that the man declared. If the man told me, Abidisho, that he's 70 years, and today he says he's 70 years, I don't have any need to contest that because he has said he's 70. We have not seen family members, we have not seen friends that come out and say, no, Asiwaju is 80. I was born a year before Asiwaju was born. So how can I be 79 and he's 80 years? No, we have not seen such contestation. So there's no need for us to start bothering ourselves if he's 90, if he's 70, if he's 80. If the man said he's 70, that should be clean. Okay.
You look at Bola Ahmed Tinubu and you see that in the last couple of months, he has been in and out of the country, and a lot of people speculate that it's based on medical grounds. I'm not saying that anybody can get sick, anybody can have medical challenges, but you know, the presidency of Nigeria is a very rigorous job. It requires a lot of work, a lot of staying up, a lot of meetings, a lot of consultations and all of it. You know, with someone who has I don't know his medical history anyway, but with someone who has been in and out of probably medical checks and all of that, do you think he has the energy and the strength to take Nigerians to where Nigerians want to be?
Well, assuming without considering that he went for a medical holiday at his age, that will even make me vote for him. That tells of a man that he knows that he needs to take care of himself.
Yeah, but the most striking thing, sir, is this, that he is going on these medical holidays outside the country. He's going on these medical holidays.
No, I said assuming, yes, without considering.
Yes, there's been a time where the Nigerians were told that he went on a medical holiday.
Yes.
And the most striking thing is that he went on that holiday outside the country. And one of the things that you followers of Bola Ahmed Tinubu have been doing is been using Lagos as a model to tell Nigerians that, oh, Lagos, you see Lagos, Bola Ahmed Tinubu did very well in Lagos. Lagos is the yardstick to measure him. But if you are saying Bola Ahmed Tinubu did very well in Lagos, why can't he go to a hospital in Lagos?
Thank you very much. I think if you want to use that as a yardstick, you discover that every Nigerian leader is erring on that path, not excluding Asiwaju. And what I expected Nigerians to do is to extract commitments. To say, look, if we vote for, we are going to vote, assuming we vote for you, tell us you will stop, or there will even be a legislation to deter our leaders from going out to medical terrorism. Because they are spending money wherever they're going to. They may go with AIDS, they live, if they have houses, fine, but you pay for bills where you're going to. So, assuming he had gone for medical checkup, like I was saying, that's very fine. The man transversed about 28 out of 36 states to canvass delegates for votes. The man had series of strict meetings with stakeholders. Somebody told me a story of how they tried to see Asiwaju. They waited. They couldn't. It was almost impossible. When somebody told them, look, he has said he will see you people. If he said he do. And he came to the hotel at about 3 a.m. in the morning now. And when he came, he asked for tea. And he told them, look, do you know this is the first time I'm having time to eat today? I said, no, this is not today. You are talking about yesterday. This is a new day. So for a man that had gone back and forth with all of the energies, with all of the stress, he should go and take time to rest. Atiku did. And there was nothing about it. Atiku went to Dubai. Nobody made noise about it. Because the man, he deserves it. But Asiwaju did not tell us this time that he went to London or wherever he went to for medical checkup. He said he went for consultation. And there were even pictures. We didn't see any picture of him lying in any hospital bed, but we saw a picture of him having meetings with some Yoruba investors. So Nigeria should start to look at, you talked about using Lagos as a model. I mean, I can only judge what I have seen. It is most times not normal for you to start assuming without anything in that direction. Okay,
so let's move away a little bit from Asiwaju because we've discussed him extensively. So let's look at the APC as a party, and let's look at President Muhammadu Buhari, because what we've seen lately is that the supporters of the APC, particularly those in the south, are not using the achievements or so of the president to campaign. I don't know what are the achievements. Maybe you can enlighten us on that. But right now, Nigeria is in a near state of collapse. The infrastructure, particularly in the roads sector, is completely almost zero. Security is almost zero. Healthcare is not there. Youth unemployment is on the increase. Inflation is on double digits, and Nigerians are now poorer than they were in 2015. In 2015, if you had a million naira, it was around maybe like $3,000 or $4,000, about $5,000. Today, a million naira is just around maybe close to $2,000. So Nigerians have lost a lot of value, and also if in terms of what Nigerians have, so it tells you how much Nigerians have gone back in the last 8 years. So what would you say is the achievements of President Muhammadu Buhari, and would Nigerians be justified to express their anger or express their anger against the APC in 2023 general elections?
Okay, thank you. For President Muhammadu Buhari, you can attest to the fact that I'm not a very big fan. Anyway, I'm on air. I'm not a very big fan, but I'm a member of the APC. And if I have decided to be a member of the APC, I must also subject myself to the tenets of the rules and everything that happens in the party, because it's voluntary. That said, I think one of the problems in the presidency is that there's a lot of aides, there's a lot of ants, that many spokesmen, but who also do not really know what to do about their various offices. For instance, the problem of Nigeria overall is a problem of hopelessness. People do not know where we are going to, they don't know where we are coming from. World over, almost every leaders in different countries recently have gone less in the poll, because there is a lot of unpopularity because of, first of all, the COVID and the security challenges around the world. This is posing threats. It can worsen, if it could worsen the very well-structured economy of the United Kingdom, you can imagine what happens to a country like Nigeria, yes, where our leaders feel, but
the APC made a lot of promises in 2015. And let me remind you some of them, so you can anchor on those ones. first, the APC promised to make the dollar equal to the naira. They made promises on security, they made promises on the economy, and nothing was achieved. So do you think that Nigerians should trust a party that didn't achieve anything?
When you see people, when you see us use Asiwaju's triumph in Lagos to campaign, it is not unintentional. You see, it is easy for somebody to come and say, I will do this when I become president, I will do that when I become president, because there's a lot of, you know, they want to come to power, they want to win. And Nigerians also, we have not been able to build parameters, especially with antecedents. If we did, I'm sure the sway that, you know, Buhari had before he entered office would not have been there. And that is what is happening now. Everybody is talking of, we will. What have you done before? You were not just born yesterday.
Exactly.
You look at, let's be frank. Kwankwaso was a two-time governor of Kano State. I think a sitting senator. Atiku was a vice president. Asiwaju was a two-time governor. Obi was a two-time governor. So if we want to discuss with these guys, we should tell them to just stop telling us what they want to do. They should tell us what they have done. Then we can just oppose and reach a conclusion to say, okay, if this person could, I'm sure with a bigger office, the Bible that me and you read every day say, to whom much is given, much is expected.
Okay, but you know that Tinubu, Kwankwaso, and Obi, they are not contesting to be governors of their state anymore. We understand that if you are a governor of a state it doesn't represent the geographical interest of Nigeria, particularly some states. For example, let's look at Anambra State, for example. It's a southeastern state. You won't say you have the kind of geographical spread that the Nigeria as an entity has. So it's easy sometimes to be a leader of a state where everybody speaks your language, everybody is just subject to one direction. But when you have an interest that is multi-diverse like Nigeria, you have the challenges that Nigeria are currently facing. I don't think, do you think that it is fair to judge based on the antecedent of just being a governor of a state?
Far as I think, why do I think? This is a company. If the owner of this company wants to employ somebody, say, bring your CV. Now, an Yoruba man will bring his CV. And a German, an Hausa man, everybody brings their CV. He puts it down before the HRO. And they start to consider what they've done before. That's why they're asking for your CV. They are necessarily asking you for a CV because they want to know your age. They want to see what you have done before. It's a template. All right? Now, for instance, let us look at it. In Anambra, you have local governments. All local governments, they particularly don't react the same way. For instance, in Edo State, what happens in Oredo may not happen in Esako West. So you are still talking of diversity. There's diversity at every level. It is only the percentage you cannot consider and say, yeah, it's low here and it's high there. But in any case, we need to know what they've done with their lives before they are allowed to claim the saddle. It is important we query their history. If not, somebody, Anthony Kita, one of my favorite quotes, to say, politicians promises to build bridges where there are no rivers. But if you want to go further, you start to look at their personal lives. They must be able to open themselves to public scrutiny. Then we cannot look and say, okay, if he was a governor of so-so states with so-so challenge, able to submount, we'll give him a point there. If he was a people governor, we can give him a point there. The people he worked with, what is their testimonies? If not, how will you now tell me that you are going to solve a problem that is far even larger than the one you faced when you had a state to control? Now look at you like a joker.
Okay. So looking at the APC, because we don't have much time anymore. Looking at the APC and looking at Nigeria and where we are today, do you think that Nigerians should vote for the APC, and why should Nigerians vote for the APC? Looking at where we are from 2015 to 2022, why should Nigerians go out and say, okay, I'm giving the APC another mandate to continue?
Thank you very much. I'm employing Nigerians to vote for APC as a vehicle and as Asiwaju as a candidate. APC, when I say APC, APC is a party, is the name of a party. Governance and political parties are two different things. If you vote a good man in a bad party, he can redefine the fortune of the country, regardless of his party. But if you vote a bad man in a good party, it makes the party to become unpopular. So we will look less at party. Because some people will win election tomorrow, they will tell you what they said, what the party said he would do. Did he say it?
But that's an example of what Boris said.
I just said some people. For instance, in Edo, we had a case where we're having people campaign with a certain agenda. And the governor have said he was not the one that said so. And you cannot hold him to it. The party may have made that claim so as to garner vote and to carry people into support. I don't subscribe to such. Let us hear from the man. Hear from him, look at his history.
Yeah, but the party can develop agendas, even for the person in power.
The party will develop an agenda. The person in power also has an agenda. Do you understand? He has a vision. And for me, that is the priority. Because, don't confuse this. In the United States of America, Democrats are known for an ideology. Republicans are known for an ideology. A Republican president has a way he behaves and how his government, you can predict their government. But in Nigeria, I am sorry to say this, there is no clear-cut ideology. And there's no difference between most of these parties. So for me, I would rather want to go for what the candidate is saying. What's Obi telling us? What's Atiku telling us? What's Kwankwaso telling us? What is Asiwaju telling us? And the other guys, we have I think about more than just these four people. We have other guys. Shore is in, Dumebi is there. So Nigerians should engage these people. Like I said before, extract commitment from them so that we can tell them this is what you said, not even your party. Because the way you suffer this government, I'm sorry to say, is the way I suffer it. The way you will enjoy it is the way I enjoy it. So let us not use party to confuse the Nigerians. Let us tell them the product you are bringing to the table. It will be better for us as a country than looking at party. And if you look at party, for instance, the PDP in the past had their take. We saw how widespread of unimaginable corruption. To separate that from the modern day, I don't know. So if Labour comes as the national party, what differently can they do as a party? So me, I look at the candidates instead of looking at the party, which is best for us. So I'm employing Nigerians. Asiwaju is a man of proven ability, not promissory notes everywhere. Proven ability. He did it in Lagos. He has supported a lot of people to government, and he's a role model to a lot. So if he did before and he's saying, well, I'm going to do more, I'm expecting more from him. So
okay, that's what we keep it for today. Unfortunately, we're out of time, so
all right.
I will bring you back this time.
I'll look up
so that you can continue on the marketing of the APC and your presidential candidate. Unfortunately, that's what we'll call it a wrap for today. Please do well to follow our YouTube page. Click on the notification button so that you get our videos first time we post and you get it first hand and you are first to watch it. And please do well to share it so that more people can see our videos. We'll be back here again on Wednesday with another exciting topic. Stay blessed.